Alright, what's going on, my fellow fishermen? So, what we have for you today, I am going to do a tutorial for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I rig up my Texas rigs. Everything from the knots to all the pieces of equipment that go into my Texas rig and why I use those pieces of equipment that go into them. So, start with, this is the rod that I pretty much use for everything. 7 foot, medium heavy, extra fast. This is a number 8 Tackle Company Blackout, paired with a Pflueger limited edition President spinning reel, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, 30 pound Power Pro braid main line. When I am using a Texas rig, whether it be using a 6-stick or a worm, crawbait, whatever it is, if the water's got a good stain to it, I'll just run straight braid all the way to the hook. If there's a decent amount of clarity to it, then I will use a fluorocarbon leader. Braid to fluorocarbon, I use exclusively the FG knot. Okay, I think it's the best. I haven't had a problem with it since I learned how to tie it. Once I tied it a few times and I got the hang of it, easy as pie. So, we are going to tie an FG knot, and I'm going to show you exactly how I tie it. Okay, so you're going to hold your braid main line between your teeth, like so. Keeping tension on it, and like I say, I've got the give from the rod tip to keep that proper tension. So now we have our fluorocarbon over here. Here's the tag end right here. Here's our spool end. Pull a little bit off. I like to keep about 6 inches on the tag end. I like to wrap it around my fingers a couple of times here, just to help hold it a little better. You're going to lay your fluorocarbon over top of your braid. Alright, let me get this back in here. Lay it over top of your braid. Pinch it between your finger and your thumb, like so. Here's your tag end over here. Now, the first thing we're going to do, it's kind of hard to talk holding a piece of braid between your teeth, just so you know. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our tag end and we're going to go under the braid and come up over top of it in front of my finger and thumb. So on this side of it, not back here close to my mouth, up here in front. This is the front, okay? So we're going to go over top, we're going to go under, over top, and we're going to pull it tight. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come under and over top, behind my finger and thumb, on the side closer to my mouth, between my thumb and my mouth. Okay? Pull tight. That's 2 wraps. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do 20 wraps total, alternating sides. So we started off in front of our finger and thumb, and went behind. Then we're going to go in front and behind, in front and behind, in front and behind. So we're going to have 10 in front and 10 behind, alternating. 20 wraps total. So, I'm going to do them wraps now. So we're at 2 right now. So this is 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So now we have 20 wraps. But we're not done yet. Do not release tension on your line or your knots, or take your fingers off of it. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to tie a half hitch with the fluorocarbon tag end. Alright? Now on our wraps, we are going underneath and then up over the top. So when we tie our half hitch, we're going to go over top and come around the bottom and then go through our loop on our half hitch. Alright? So tie that half hitch going under the bottom and through the loop in front of your thumb. Once you have that half hitch tied, you're going to tie another half hitch. But you're going to go in the opposite direction. So this time, we're going to tie over top, come out the bottom, through your loop, tie your half hitch, pull it tight. Okay? Now, that knot is secured. That knot is done. All the tying part is done of the main knot. It's not going anywhere. This knot is tight. It will not come apart. And I will show you your finished product. Okay? There's what your knot should look like. Look how small in diameter that knot is. It's no bigger around than the fluorocarbon, really. The only thing left to do is to trim the tag end. And what we're going to do first, we're going to trim the tag end of the fluorocarbon, and we're going to trim that as close as we can to the braid without harming the braid, like so. So now we've got the tag end trimmed. Now all that we have left here is the tag end of the braid. And what we're going to do before we trim that is we're going to tie 2 or 3 half hitches with this. And when we tie these half hitches, we're going to wrap them over the tag end of the fluorocarbon that we just trimmed, just to help kind of smooth that out a little bit.
So that ended quite abruptly. Here's a little bit of drone footage to watch while I flap my jaws. So the FG nut, I'm sure you've probably pretty much got the idea figured out by now. Everything that I mentioned in the video, you finish it off by tying 2 or 3 half hitches with the braid, trying to tie the half hitches around the tag end of your fluorocarbon so that it helps to smooth out the knot. Once you have that tied, cut your braid tag end and you're done. I don't know if I did a pretty good job demonstrating and explaining everything in that. My apologies if I didn't. I do know there are plenty of them out there on YouTube. That's where I learned how to tie it initially. So thanks for watching this. This is just part 1. This is going to be a 3-part series. As you watched, this is tying the FG knot. Section 2, which will be up the following day, is going to cover all of the different parts and pieces that go into this rig, as well as the knot that I use to tie on my hooks when I'm doing a Texas rig. And then part 3 will be explanations as to why I use the certain pieces that I use, and so on and so forth. So those will come out one day after each other. So keep your eyes open for that. And we'll see you tomorrow in the next section.